Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam, the Miracle Man. Now let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No time for delay, time's ticking, time to create that miracle. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of this head trash, all those stories, those beliefs, all that negativity that's creating stress, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, it's caused up here. So I want to help you throw that out and really tap into the real you, which is the perfect spirit. So that's what I talk about here. So today I want to talk about, not fighting disease, not battling disease, cancer, whatever it is. You don't want to fight, you don't want to battle, because you're going to be really at war with yourself. And just think about that. If you're at war with yourself, wouldn't it be harder to heal? Because you're giving the mind instructions to attack this body by fight, war, battling. It's not helpful. It's not a supportive energy. And you really want to let go of any sort of fight, battle, health, because these are just stories that really trigger the mental junk drawer. And you really want to be at peace with the situation. Just accepting that the body feels a little off. Something is not quite right with the body. But even then, you want to let go of the judgment. You just notice, something feels not quite right. Something feels a little off. But that's it. You just notice. But you just really get into this place of peace. Because peace is the energy of transformation. And this makes no sense. I get it. Because look at all the people out there that use the word healer, all the doctors, the nurses, the alternative healers. But I see that if I was focused on my healing or battling my diseases like bipolar, MS, that would just have kept me stuck. So we want to do anything that doesn't trigger the mental junk drawer. So anything that's causing a trigger up here, anxiety, worry, panic, we need to let all that go and just really focus on being at peace. And being at peace really means that you're here in this moment. You're not in the storyteller, which is the mind. The mind's always telling you those stories that are not serving you. And it loves the stories from the past. Remember when, only if. And we need to let that go because it's keeping us tethered to the past. And we don't really want to future guess as well. We don't know for certain what's coming an hour from now, a day from now, a week from now, because it's not promised to anyone. So all we really can focus on is being right here, right now, coming back into this moment to engage our senses. But let's repeat that again so you really understand what fighting, battling does and how that gives instructions to the mind. The mind says battle, fight, and what happens is the flight or fight response kicks in, and it creates all these stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol is very dangerous for the body. So then you're creating a toxic inner environment. And the body just can't heal properly in this toxic inner environment. So we need to reduce the cortisol by getting rid of that noise, the need to fight, to really come into peace. So let's take a moment here just to find that peace. Because once you know your true self, you can use that as an anchor to come back to you. So maybe you just want to take a few breaths. And just relax. To realize if you're focused on something in intention, you're not going to be lost up here. So you just focus on your breath for a moment. And now maybe you focus on where your feet, is that where your feet are? You're wearing shoes? Is it hard, soft? What's the fabric if you're wearing something? Rough, smooth? Notice the colors of what you're wearing. Just little things to get yourself back here into this moment. We don't need to make it so complex, so difficult, because that's all coming from the mind. If it's really complex, It's an indication that's a mental story. It's not your true story. That getting out of this is actually quite simple. It may not be the easiest at first because the mind's so addicted to all this noise, all the stories, all the influx of information you have coming at you from all these sources. That's why it's good to take some time to maybe not necessarily sit in formal meditation, but just to sit quietly and just observe your surroundings. Just notice, like the tapestry behind me, the colors in that, the colors that you're wearing, and just what you see. And realize you're made of the same stuff, the same quantum particles, which are the building blocks to the atoms. So we are that we are beyond definition. We simply need to relax and let go of the fight, the battle. And that's much easier said than done because the mind has so many stories with that. But just realize it's just keeping you sick, keeping that disease, that cancer in place by creating this toxic environment. So can you just feel yourself coming back into this moment? Listen to these words to remind you of your truth, that you are perfect spirit, consciousness, universe, source. We don't want to get hung up on the language, the words. Just feeling the peace that's here in each moment. And when you're really here in this moment, then you get to experience this moment longer, richer. The colors look brighter. Your senses are heightened. Food tastes better. Because you're here to enjoy, to have fun with life. That we don't need to make it so difficult, so complex. Just learning to be here. So no need to be war with yourself. No need to war with other people. And this is the energy that will transform the world. Because typically wars, battles, are basically differences of opinions, different philosophies. We have to remember that spirit doesn't have, these opinions, these stories. Because spirit is in all things. It is one spirit in infinite forms. Even the planets out there, even other galaxies. It could be trillions of miles away. But we're all still made of the same stuff. You can't get away from the fact that we're all made of the same universal stuff. The quantum particles. And they're all interconnected. So when you send love, peace to another, it impacts them on this deep energetic level. And maybe it gives them a little boost of energy, a little extra light to try to help pierce through their own darkness. The darkness coming from their mind. This dark night of the mind, it really needs to go. It's really responsible for lots of deaths. The dark night of the mind is really serious. It can't be taken lightly. Because when you face that dark despair of depression, there seems to be no way out. It seems like the walls are caving onto you. And you need sometimes extra light to pierce through that, to say, hey, you make a difference, you matter. Because you being here does make a difference into the world in ways we can never possibly understand or explain. But we're here as an expression as perfect spirit to add to this collective knowledge, this collective wisdom. We're here to add, to give kindness, to give love, especially to ourselves. So why is it so easy to love another, but so hard to love ourselves at times? It's because of this mind creating stories, creating doubts. But we just keep coming back to here. Realize, no need to battle, no need to be at war, no need to criticize nor judge. We're all doing our very best based on our understanding of the situation and the depth of our own awareness. Most people don't live in their heart, their spirit. They're completely trapped up in here. So I think that's just my talk for today. So just really take care of yourself. I will be in the Head Trash Anonymous group tomorrow on Facebook. And the show topic will be the big lie. The big lie is all those stories that we hear, but the biggest lie is that once your health is gone, it's gone forever. That's simply not true. And if you're broke, that you're going to stay broke, that's also not true. We can have it all. No need to delay. We can have it all if we step into our greatness, into our power. All right. Bye for now. Take good care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Subscribe. Let's get this message out into the world that you are powerful. It's just simply your stories making you weak. All right. Take care.